you can see our damage section right here. Now, before you would get scared of this and go out and buy a new bumper, we can actually fix this using a few very inexpensive tools and supplies. Cold. 20 below, guys. Let's play a little game. Will she start? Woo! It's about negative 20 degrees out. Truck started like a champ. I know, she's dusty. Pop off. Alright guys, welcome back for another one. Anyway, you guys, we're gonna run by my buddy Rick's shop, see what he's up to. I got in the truck and I actually found something that's super exciting to me, and it is the mechanic's favorite currency. We got whale of a wash tokens, and these things are like gold to a car enthusiast. Too bad it's negative 20, I can't even go use them. Might be shit out of luck, guys. I passed Rick and his tow rig on the way here. Looks pretty dark, but we'll see if Steve's around. Kinda doubt it. Alright guys, so I was lying. Rick was just going to refuel up his truck, so he is actually here, and he's gonna help me. So I get a bunch of junk mail for the shop now, and they made me these shop pens. You can see on there, it says our name and everything, but I got no idea whose phone number this is, so we're gonna call him quick. Here's the number right there.
218-354. What is it?
7064?
64.
No answer?
You know why they're not answering?
Why?
Because you're here.
Yeah, it's probably something they made up. Alright guys, so we're down in the basement right now. We're going to go over a few things with the MK1 Audi TT headlight build, as well as address some issues on this front bumper. So I'm in my basement right now, you guys, because as you know, I heat the shop with a wood stove and it's minus 20 degrees outside. So we got our little travel toolkit that we take with us in the work truck. We're going to explain what we have to take off of this bumper, show you a little bit of damage, and how you can fix that yourself. As far as the headlights go, I'm going to flip you around. I'm going to show you where we're at. If you haven't seen them yet, kind of go over the idea for the build on these headlights and tell you what parts we're waiting. All right, so you can see right here we got one headlight disassembled. This is what's left of the guts after we removed the housing and the lens. That lens is all polished up, waiting for some 2K clear. This is kind of the look that we're going for on the housing itself. You can see it's a battleship gray. We blacked out the side markers and that bottom reflector there. The next thing I got to do for these headlights is we're going to take these projectors out. I have to order some etching cream for those, and we're actually going to do a nice honeycomb on these two projectors, and we'll get a video on how to do that. Right now, currently, I'm waiting to find some angel eyes. I think we're only going to do them on these two. I'll leave that little one alone. I don't want it to look too busy. Here is a stock headlight. You can see it has this amber orange reflector in the bottom. We got the two projector lenses right there. I do want to put LED bulbs in here as well. You can see the difference in this headlight lens and this one that we polished up, and that is again before clear. So this is kind of where we are at with the Audi TT headlights. As far as this bumper goes, let me get this thing flipped around here, move my tools. I kind of had to thaw everything out as it was outside. I'm going to flip this around, show you what we're going to remove, do a little weight reduction, and then the damaged area where the plastic is actually cracked, we'll show you how we're going to fix that. Alright, so we got the bumper flipped around. You can see all of this stuff. We got a big hose that just kind of lays here, goes across to this motor on the other side. I know it doesn't look like much, but these things are actually pretty heavy. So what we're going to do is remove these. These are headlight washer fluid squirters, and thankfully Audi just used Phillips head screws on these, so we're going to remove this whole assembly. Didn't work, wasn't hooked up anyway, and if we can reduce a little weight on this thing, I'm not going to complain. So let's take this off. Alright, so we got the headlight washer fluid assembly out of the car. Let's get our stuff out of here. We'll talk about this damage spot. Alright, so you can see the bumper's dirty, and that's alright. We're going to deal with that later. This whole thing is going to get color match resprayed. You can see our damage section right here. Now, before you would get scared of this and go out and buy a new bumper, we can actually fix this using a few very inexpensive tools and supplies. So we're actually going to have to attack this from the back side. So I'm going to flip this back over. We'll show you from the back side how we're going to go about it. I just wanted you to see exactly what the damage look like. All right, so actually I lied to you guys. Before we flip this around, I'm going to show you a few plastic staples that we put in, then I'll show you the tool and how exactly this works. It's super easy. You can get these tools on the Wish app, even Amazon, things like that. You don't have to buy an expensive one. So let's look at these few pieces here. All right, so we'll go over the tool in just a minute, but you can see what you do is you pull the cracks as tight as you can get them, and then you're going to put these plastic staples in. Now we wanted to put a few in the front side of the bumper first just to hold it in place, and we'll go along the back side. I'll show you how to use the staple gun. So this one right here I actually bought off the Wish app, and I like having quality tools, but when you're buying something like this, all it's doing is heating up these two ends. So you can see we have all these staples here. They look like this. They come in various different shapes and sizes, and then all you do is stick each end of this into the prongs, and then you pull the trigger. It's going to heat this up and sink it into the plastic. Behind us, yeah, we got the little Harbor Freight tool kit. We keep that in the truck for when we go to the pick and pull. All right, so let's flip this bumper over and show you this thing in action. All right, so you can see in here we got all the cracks pretty much lined up. Obviously, we're gonna have to fill these holes. I'm gonna show you how to do that in just a minute, but I'm gonna set you guys up and put some staples in the backside here. All right, so now that we got this piece all stitched up, this is exactly why you don't want to work from the front side, because we're gonna have to go through with a little Dremel tool and grind down the metal so that it's flush here. We're not gonna have a big ugly spot. So that's kind of a pain. Again, like I said, we had to put a few in just to hold it in place so we could get them on the back. I like to go along the back side with JB Weld after you get the staples in just to strengthen it up. Now we got some tape filling in the back of this hole, so what we're gonna do is mix up some more JB Weld and fill this hole. We're gonna go past the height of the bumper, so we're gonna have a hump here and a hump here, and then we'll be able to come back and sand it smooth. All right, guys, so obviously we have to let the bumper cure, but I just wanted to show you that you can fix some of this stuff. We're gonna get this bumper looking super awesome. I have to go online and order some paint supplies so we can paint match this thing. Let's head out to the shop. We got a few things to show you. It's a fucking heat wave, boys and girls. 18 degrees. Bust out the tanning lotion. Let's get the Audi on the road. All right, guys, so as we continue to work on the Audi front bumper, I'm going to continue to show you that process. Next week, we'll work on sanding it, getting it smooth. Maybe we'll get to the primer stage. I'm not quite sure yet. We'll see how far we get. But the whole point of me bringing you along on this video today was to show you that you can fix a lot of this stuff for not super expensive. And how did I find out the JB Weld thing worked? I just tried it. It wasn't anything that anyone ever told me to do. I just know from my limited bodywork experience that Bondo tends to crack and flake, and it's just not super strong, so I decided to try the JB Weld. I actually did that on my Celica GTS, and it worked really well. It's sandable, it's super strong, it's inexpensive, and these aren't like any giant spots. We just fixed a few of those little holes that you saw there, and I'm gonna end up going to automotivetouchup.com and ordering some paint match paint for that. I'm kind of torn right now. I do want to respray the whole car that denim blue, which is the original color. I really like that blue on the TT. So I don't know if I want to order just enough paint to do that front bumper cover, because if you get different mixes, there is a tendency for that paint not to match exactly with the other paint. So I don't know if I'm going to buy it all at once. I do have an idea for a video when we do respray the entire car. It definitely needs it. We're going to be using a nice 2K clear over the top. Off the top of my head, one other thing I did want to tell you guys about. My buddy Corey, if you remember his Fiesta, I'll put a few clips in here. But that Hyundai was the car that he got after the Fiesta got crashed 2 times, basically totaled twice. The first time, it didn't quite get totaled. The second time, it did indeed get totaled. Neither of these accidents were his fault, and then we're going to touch on this. So yeah, once that's not quite so fresh for my buddy, he has the worst luck. I told him he just needs to start Ubering everywhere. Because that Veloster Turbo, the whole joke behind it was, you know, it's bright orange, so everyone's gonna see you now. This is great. And then a semi hits him on the interstate. Again, not his fault. But, you know, maybe he'll be able to find that Focus RS that he really wanted, or a new Fiesta ST. I know he would love to have one of those again. The Hyundai, just with the car market being as crazy it is right now, it just made sense. He just needed a car, and it seemed to kind of fit the bill. I know he wasn't completely happy with it, but unfortunately, I don't know what the insurance company said yet. Like I said, we'll get another video on that, probably against Corey's will. I don't think he really enjoys talking about these things, but none of these 3 accidents have been his fault, which is crazy to me. He just has really, really bad luck. So you guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop me a comment down below. I go through and read all of them, and I try to get back to every single person. Give me a thumbs up on this video. That really helps me out, in addition to your interactions in the comment section. Subscribe if you have not already, and hit that bell notification so you are notified every time we upload a video. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.